So posset is one of those things you may have heard of, but you actually have no idea what it was. It goes back to like the 15th century. It was a medicinal drink. It's made with eggs, sugar, sack, cream that was scalded. It was essentially eggnog. Put it into a posset pot. You drink it out of the spout, and then there are these little curdled bits in it, don't ask. You'd eat those with a spoon. Now, as I said, it was medicinal. Some people thought it would cure the plague. Evidently, that was not true. And over time, it became out of favor by the 1800s with coffee and tea coming in as the sort of drinks of choice. Eventually, posset today is something quite different. It's just cream, sugar, and lemon juice. So let's go into the kitchen and make both versions and see which one we prefer. It started out as eggs, sugar, sherry, sack, whatever you want to call it. So in the 1500s, Queen Mary was given a posset pot. Crystal, gems, etc., obviously worth a fortune. Even today, a nice posset pot can go for over 1,000 pounds. So these were for the rich, right? Although initially posset was a very inexpensive drink, but then it became a fancy dessert. Now, it was also in Shakespeare's Macbeth. Lady Macbeth sort of touched up the posset with some drugs. So the guards were asleep when she went to kill Duncan. So she had poisoned posset. I'm gonna whisk this. We're just gonna get this to come up to body temperature, warm to the touch. We're not gonna cook the eggs, so maybe around 100 degrees. Doesn't this look good? Aren't you excited? Add a little nutmeg. Take that off the heat. Now we have some heavy cream. Bring that to a boil. I probably would have been very happy in the 15th century, even though it sounds a little romantic. For 99% of the population, it's probably pretty terrible. Certainly the sanitary conditions were extraordinarily awful. 95% of the people lived in the country, but I sort of like that idea of pastoral communities in small towns. Sounds great to me. The instructions to the recipe say, leave it alone until it looks like cheese, which is not very promising. You get these little cottage cheese curds. Look, millions of people can't be wrong. Now I've got to taste it. It tastes like eggnog with chunks, if that's really appealing to you. I don't understand the curdled part of this. I guess if you have the plague, you drink it and then you die anyway. So posset fell out of favor once you got to coffee houses and tea houses. And then later on, posset became a very different thing. Heavy cream, sugar, and some sort of acerbic juice or acid to it. And that's what you have today, which is one of the best recipes in the world with 3 ingredients. It's great. We're gonna start with the sugar, lemon juice, and we're gonna get 4 strips of zest. We're not gonna caramelize it, we're just gonna melt the sugar. Meanwhile, we have the heavy cream. We need to warm it. We're not gonna boil it. We're keeping this alcohol free. We're gonna pour this in, whisking all the time. So you might ask, how is this gonna turn into a custard without cornstarch or tapioca? Well, the answer is the lemon juice is actually gonna essentially curdle the cream and set it. Strain it. Now we can reserve these with some sugar. We use that as a garnish when this is set. Can I eat the posset now?
Yeah.
My roots are very British. And the reason I know that, besides the family history, is I love puddings. Like, it's my favorite thing in the world. So I am biased, because this is the kind of food I grew up with and really like. I have to say, heavy cream set with lemon juice and sugar sounds a bit odd, but it tastes actually fairly light, and there's so much lemon juice in it that has a nice bright taste to it. It's super creamy. It's not like the cornstarch thickened pudding, which has that pastiness to it. Is posset, the modern posset, worth making? The answer is absolutely yes. Not only is it simple, it just makes a great pudding.